welcome back to aDashofMo, and today I'm going to be doing, I'm going to start recording videos on Mondays since that seems to fit my schedule better than doing Q&A Sunday. So now it's going to be changed to Q&A Monday, and then I will be giving y'all my week 20 medical school advice. So I just finished my first week of medical school back from winter break, and this is my first week of the second semester. And if you haven't already checked out my first day back from the winter break vlog, then you should definitely check that out right now. So the first question for Q&A Monday is, thank you for these vlogs, Mo. Even if you don't get them done every week, they are still helpful. I would like to second the request for a few day in the life videos. My question is, how did you go about getting clinical experience in college? I'm struggling to find opportunities since I have not made connections in the medical community yet. So there are many ways that you can get clinical experience in college. Be sure to check out my advice that you should know, or how to, it's my college advice video for pre-med, so you should definitely check that out. It was one of my earlier vids. But so how do you go about getting clinical experience? So there are many ways. You can either get a job in the medical field, getting clinical experience. For me, it was being a pharm tech. That was one of my clinical experiences that I had. And you can even be a volunteer at a hospital. That definitely counts as clinical experience. Also, shadowing a physician is definitely a way that you can gain clinical experience as well. And for these things, you're just going to have to do a little bit of research, see what your local hospitals have or local clinics even have. You can possibly get clinical research opportunities within the clinical setting. So that's definitely a way you can get clinical experience. How I went about getting clinical experience via shadowing a doctor was I had connections through my dentist who knew a neonatologist, and I was able to be set up through there. So sometimes it's like people that know other people that help you get connections with those people that you are of interest in. So I would say do some research around what your local community has to offer. And also, sometimes you can just even email doctors or give them a call if you're really set on a specific specialty. Even just give them a call, shoot them an email, and ask if they're willing to take in a student who is aspiring to be a physician in that specific specialty. So I hope that works out for you, and please let me know how that advice helps you. So I look forward to hearing about your medical journey. The next question is, hi, I love watching your videos. They are very insightful. I'm an undergrad majoring in psychology and minoring in chemistry. Since October, I've worked at a hospital wellness center in administration and being a receptionist. I was wondering if this is considered clinical experience / exposure. I love it because many doctors and nurses from every department come to work out there, and I can have conversations with them. I knew I needed a job closer to medicine, and I figured this could be a good place to start. So thank you so much for your comment. I do believe this is a good place to start. However, I think it could possibly count as some clinical experience or exposure, depending on what specifically, how close you work with patients as a receptionist, in administration as well. So you could definitely talk about electronic medical records and interacting with patients. That's definitely a clinical experience. I would also say try and gain another aspect of clinical experience through a different route. So if you have the time to do that, let's say try and shadow a doctor, or volunteer at a local hospital or a local clinic. There are definitely other ways that you can gain clinical experience, and I would say maybe just gain another aspect of clinical experience to help with your application, and also to help you to decide if you have an interest in a specific specialty. So thank you for your comment. The next one is, how many questions are on each med exam? Are there essay tests? Thanks and congrats on passing. So thank you so much for your comment. Questions on each exam, so it differs. So every medical school is different. So for me, I have one set of tests that's called OPMP, and that consists of a clinical skills assessment, which is a 15-minute test where we go in, we diagnose, treat, and then retest a patient for specific criteria that they're looking for on that certain block of exams. So that's for OPMP, and then we have the written part of the OPMP exam, which is anywhere from 30 to 50 multiple choice questions. There is a possibility that it could be essay, but so far it's been just multiple choice, thank goodness. And then for our Dr. Fib exams, which is our 4-hour long, so OPMP tests are 30 to 50 questions and they're 2 hours long. Dr. Fib tests, which consists of doctoring skills, physiology, histology, and biochemistry. It's anywhere from 150 to 200 questions, and we get 4 hours to take it. And then another exam that we have is our anatomy exam. So for that one, we have a written exam, which can be anywhere from, I would say, it really depends on how many lectures we've had. We have about 3 to 5 multiple choice questions per hour that we're in lecture learning about anatomy. So I think I would say anywhere between 30 to 80 questions, I believe, is what the range has been so far. And we get 2 hours to take that written exam of 30 to 80 questions, and then we have a practical exam, which is about 34 questions, and we have a minute to answer each question at each station. So, and there are like 1 or 2 rest stops, but it's about 40 minutes to take that practical exam for anatomy. So that's that, and thank you so much for your questions. Those were awesome questions. So moving on to my week 20 medical school update. So I wanted to say how my second semester differs from week 1. So I was definitely waking up later as the semester went on. I wasn't really studying every subject every day. I think I was like tailoring it to the specific courses that I went over that day in class. So I might get back on that for sure. Medical school is definitely sometimes a compromise between classes, because some classes you're going to be naturally better at or more inclined to find less difficulty in as opposed to other subjects. So it really depends on you and what you tend to be good at, and then what you tend to have a little bit of difficulty with. So now I am working out in the afternoon right after classes. I almost swore that I would never work out in the afternoon or like evening, but now I've been doing that instead of working out in the morning. So I've been pre-reading for about 45 minutes to an hour in the morning instead of working out, and I'll be having breakfast while I'm pre-reading for the day's lectures. And then when I get back from school and classes back to my apartment, I'll immediately hop on my treadmill and work out and just take a break from school and just watch Netflix while I'm on the treadmill doing totally non-medical school related things. So it's really a nice break, and then it really helps me to not lose my momentum to stay awake. Yes, so it really helps my momentum to help me stay awake when I come back from classes. Also, just another, I guess, med school tip or something. I guess it depends on you and how often you eat, and it really depends on your lifestyle, but I use the dishwasher every other day as opposed to hand washing. I started the semester hand washing my dishes, or I started last semester hand washing my dishes. No, that did not last long. I use the dishwasher every other day, so I have enough dishes to last me for like 2 days, or my dog too, because I have to wash her stuff as well. So I use the dishwasher every other day now. And then I use one container for water for the whole day. So when the time I wake up, I like use a resealable container that I bring to class, and then I just use it that whole day. I know it's like the little things, but when you're in med school, you find the littlest things to help save time and effort on. So I don't use a different container when I come home and like eat dinner or whatever. I just use like that same container for that one day, and then like I put it in the dishwasher. And then I spend less time doing normal human things and more time studying, but I dedicate Sunday to getting groceries and run errands. But I haven't been able to do like normal people shopping, and I love shopping, so that's one thing that I haven't done, and I only got to do it during winter break, and it was nice, but you just really can't, and I don't know, I haven't really gotten a chance to think about it, even though I love clothes and I love shopping. But yeah, so also I've been pre-reading at home as opposed to at school for 45 minutes to an hour. So I know in my updates last semester I told y'all that I was going to school early so that I could study, but I would end up socializing and asking people how their day was like yesterday or something. So I find that pre-reading at home helps me stay focused, and then also I eat breakfast while I pre-read, so it really gives me the energy and momentum I need to start the day. And I actually study during lunch now, so not any hardcore studying, but just maybe I'll go through like a few anatomy flashcards, or I'll watch a video that'll help me with a concept that I learned in physiology or something like that, like something that counts as studying, but it's not as hard as trying to memorize things like at that moment. It's kind of hard to explain, but yeah. So also for this new year, I've been incorporating flossing my teeth, because I know flossing is such a huge, it's an issue for me, and I think it's an issue for a lot of people that we haven't really incorporated flossing in our daily routine of like brushing our teeth and stuff. So I'm really working on trying to floss and like do better with my teeth. And also I found that for as the semester went on last year and then going into this one, I am kind of easy on myself for not doing any hardcore studying after anatomy lab. I know that whenever I would have anatomy lab, we have to be in school by 8 a.m. So we would get out of school at like 5 or sometimes even 6 p.m. That's a lot of time at school. So I realized that, sure, I could probably get through some of the courses that I don't really have a hard time in. Like, I know physiology is one of my weaknesses, and let's say I get out of anatomy lab, I probably won't study physiology hardcore or expect to get through a chapter of physiology after an anatomy lab. So anatomy lab would end at like 5 or 6, and then everyone feels just so tired, especially after like smelling all that formaldehyde and then just like standing that whole time. So I am easier on myself to just say it's okay to just take an easy day and get through maybe 2 or 3 subjects, but not do anything super hardcore studying. So and then also I'm starting to read ahead, a chapter ahead in physiology, not for really anything else, but it totally depends on your medical school and what works for you personally. But for me, I find that in physiology right now, reading ahead is so crucial, just like a chapter or two, not a whole block of tests ahead, just 1 or 2 chapters. So it has helped me totally solidify the concept. So I realized that physiology I kind of have to teach myself, because I took physiology in undergrad, but I don't really have a good foundation of physiology, and my textbook does an excellent job of doing that. So me reading, taking notes on that physiology chapter or chapters over the weekend, and getting a little bit ahead, and then going to class and listening to what she has to say, or what my professor has to say, has really helped me to understand the material better and to actually be familiar with the terms that she uses during class. So I know that, hey, I remember that word I remember reading that word here, and then I'll pull out my notes and then I'll annotate my notes based on the lecture. So it has really helped me so far. And also, if you haven't already, please follow me on social media at aDashofMo on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. I have definitely been doing better. I don't know if any of my subscribers can vouch for me, but I've been doing better on my social media. And if you haven't already, try and set up the notifications for Instagram and Twitter and Facebook to see when I post things so you don't miss anything. And don't forget to hit that like button and comment below if you have any questions for me for next week's Q&A Monday. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you won't miss any med school advice or any videos that I have to share with y'all. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye!